there's something I forgot to tell you. All right. So first of all, this is my rap profile, Lily. This was Bootrix, the rapper that wears Tefillah, and this star, the Black Star from Boom Red Dodger, Lily was his Black Star transformation that I had all the way back, in eighth grade. And, the truth behind it is, it was at the time I was watching Naruto Shippuden in the movie Bonds. Literally, how you see how Shippuden and Sasuke progressed. It's exactly how Boomer progressed. All right, literally that really caused some trouble. Literally, where it came to I would say half the community of how to draw, but really the anime community as a whole. All right, I used to actually polish my shoes, back in the day, but I actually got over it. All right, so now it's time to go outside.
I am proud to have served for 20 years of the 250 years. It's just the screens, the smells, the vivid images. It's like a recording in my head. And I can still hear it.
This is literally where I grew up. All right. So, this place is very special to me, but it has a place in my heart. But like I said, you always want to be a higher standard. You always want to reach outside this house. In fact, the place I'm about to go to, you may think is fancy, but in reality, it's really ghetto. I mean, I can't believe this shit because what Fremont is, literally, I hate being a rapper in Fremont because what Fremont is actually is just a place for Indian people, young Asian people, or whatever, to grow up and become dentists. All right, and stop putting emphasis on socializing emphasis. You've been 3 years old. It's giving you, lily sports and things like that, but it's not putting emphasis or anything. In other words, it still has a little bit of hyphy, but it's not, hyphy in and out. All right, because it's the exact opposite of the streets. Okay, because what ended up happening, right, is that people like Alberto and everybody else, got kicked out. Okay, literally, and for people literally who are hyphy that literally rape for Fremont, they get out. But when it comes to examples like Max and Chance, when it comes to playing sports, right, literally they necessarily have to leave them behind because, like I said, literally it's for Indian people in order to get real careers. And you need to recognize that over time. It's a pretty shitty thing, all right? Literally, so what I'm saying is, literally, if the someone who's notorious, literally, from working and performing, around this area, literally, the pack, literally sees Fremont, because Fremont is a part of, the BART station, literally, it's called, literally, Fremont BART, all right? So what ends up happening is our Earth's, like, Audrey Nicotina and the pack, literally, hear about Fremont, literally, it looks kind of cool, it has, an aspect, like I said, we have a point, in junior high, tutorial, but at the end of the day, it's nowhere near hyphy because the most dangerous, places, right next to it, California, or Oakland, Hayward, literally, that's why literally somebody called out that I was a square because I literally came from all those places.